Hello, Accelerated Math 6-7 students. This is Module 8, and you are going to be working with Lesson 3. The name of the lesson is Subtracting Integers and Other Rational Numbers. Our goal for today we are going to learn about the rule for subtraction and identifying distance. The question that I want you to be thinking about is it possible to use absolute value to find the distance between a number and another number that is not 0? Things to know. First question, are these two values that you see the same? We have 8 minus 12, and we have 8 plus a negative 12. So the question that I'm asking you is, are they the same? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prove it using the number line and the chip model. So I'll go ahead and use the number line for this first one. So we always start at 0. So I'm going to start at 0, and it says we have 8. So I'm going to go up to 8. And then it says that I'm supposed to take 12 away from this 8. So I can do that. I start at 8 and I start taking them away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I took 12 away and I get that answer. Okay? And then we're going to use the chip model to do this proof. So I have 8 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're all positives. Okay, and then I have 12 negatives. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and they're all negatives. And remember, we learned that when you put a positive and a negative together, they make 0 pairs. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So I'm left with 4 negatives. So I got the answer of -4 for this problem, and I got the answer of -4 for this problem. So as you can see, they're exactly the same. So the rule for subtraction that I want you to think about and use is subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. So the way we remember this is whenever we see a subtraction symbol in a problem, you need to remember that it is the same as adding the opposite. So I can change this subtraction symbol to add, but I have to remember to take the opposite of the number that I'm subtracting. So the opposite of -8 is 8. And then I have -4 plus 8 because I was subtracting a -8 and adding the opposite. The opposite of a -8 is 8. And then you look over here, and do they match? They absolutely match because we have -4 plus 8. Again, if you want to prove it, you would have the number line here. This time it says that we have -4, so here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's -4. So my first arrow takes me to -4. Then it says I'm subtracting a negative. The question is, can you subtract a negative? I can't do 2 double negatives together. So instead of subtracting a negative, it means that I'm going to add 8 back on. So I'd end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I stop here and I get 1, 2, 3, 4. My answer would be 4. Okay? And then this one with the chips, I have 4 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have 8 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positives. 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair. And I'm left with 4 positives. So as you can see, they're the same thing. The rule that I want you to remember is subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. Okay? All right, the next thing I want to go over really quickly is distance. The amount of space between two numbers is distance. You can either count the spaces to determine the distance, or you can subtract the two numbers and take the absolute value. Okay, so if we're going to do that, then we need to take a look at this on a number line, right? And it says we started at -2, so I'm going to put 0 right here and go 1, 2. This is -2, so I have an arrow to -2. Then it says plus 8 more negatives. So I'm going to go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to go even further. And so I know -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10 is where I would end up. So what is the space from here to here is the question. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the distance would be 10 units. Okay? And then if we did it with taking the absolute value where it says you can subtract and then take the absolute value, the sign of the absolute value, so I'm going to subtract these two and I'm going to say, okay, if I have -2 plus a -8, so that means I have 2 negatives, and then I have 8 more negatives, and then I am going to put those together. That gives me 10 negatives, but I have to take the absolute value of that, which makes 10 units, or the distance is 10 units. So as you can see, they match by taking the 10 units. All right, so now let's try this one. You have 13 minus a -3, right? And so you're going to go, okay, I have 13 this time, so here's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is here. So I have my arrow up to here. But it says I have to take away negatives, which don't exist. You can't take something away if it's not there. And so we're going to circle this subtraction, make it plus, and the opposite of -3 is 3, so I'm going to go 3 more. And I end up over here at 16. So the question is, what is the distance from here to here? And it is 16 units. Okay, now using the other way with the absolute value, you have 13 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and they're all positives. And then it says I have to take away, subtract means take away, yes, take away 3 negatives. Well, boys and girls, do you see any negatives on here to take away? And the answer is no, you don't. So my question is, what is this? If I do this up here, I want you guys to answer this question. What number is being represented by this? This is a 0, this is a 0, and this is a 0. Does everybody agree that those are zeros? Well, if I took my hand and scooped all those chips together, then I would still have 13 because 13 plus 0 is still 13. But now it allows me to take away the 3 negatives. So I'm going to grab those 3 negatives and I'm going to take them away. They're gone. Okay? Well, now that the negatives are gone, what do I have on the tabletop? 13, 14, 15, 16. And so this is how you get 16 units. And you see that they both match. Okay? All right, so that gives us some tools for working with subtraction. The number one thing I want you to remember is that subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. We will work some more in class with this stuff because it is really fun. The goal for today we are going to learn about the rule for subtraction and identifying distance, which we just did. Is it possible to use the absolute value to find the distance between a number and another number that is not 0? We absolutely did. All right, kiddos, that's all I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.